Hey friends, I'm going to, in my last video, I said I would do a, top-down kind of flip through of Tarocco Italo-Canadese by the art, the art historian. That's such a cool name. Anyway, everything is handmade here. The art is analog collage. Everything is hand drawn, as you can see, beautiful. These are the backs of the deck. It's an oracle deck. I'm sorry I didn't count how many cards are in here. Isn't that terrible? But it's pretty. I think there's 50 cards. I guess you'll be able to see when I okay. Let's just put this down. All right, guys, please. This is really, we're amongst friends here, and I just think this is an absolutely cute little deck. And I like to, I'm always happy to support artists. And here we go. So this is a little guidebook. The guidebook is really, really neat. The font is clear to read, which is wonderful. And 44 cards. So Cassandra Marcillo is the art historian, and they are located in Montreal, Canada. And introduction, as you could see here, I have it open for you so you could pause and read it. And then the table of contents is really good. They're divided by subject matter. Alla tavola, le cose della nonna. So grandma's things at the table. Herbs, feasts, saints, gods, and landscape. So let's get started with my little flip through. Sorry guys, I am so out of whatever, but here we are. All right, so these are the backs. Beautiful. Again, hand drawn, all handmade. The cardstock, it's like a greeting card cardstock. Just have to be gentle with it. Again, something that is handmade, come on, right? Like, that is like so good. So I'll just do a little flip through so you can see the cards and see if it resonates with you. If it conjures memories for you, or that kind of stuff. So as you can see, it's so lovely. Again, it's analog collage and handwritten titles. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And they're in no particular order. I don't have them in the order like in the guidebook because I already shuffled it. So I'm just going to do this, right? Maybe I don't know, should I do this instead and put the card in the middle? Oh my gosh, guys. I know. Here we are. Okay. And for words like transumanza and stuff like that, that is who Angitia is. All this stuff is well described in the guidebook. I find that I like these because they could be used as, in this case, for Sant'Antonio Abate, or the saints or the gods. They could be used as altar cards and talismans, plastic covered couch. I think a lot of us can relate to that. Clothesline. It's a beautiful snapshot. It's a cultural snapshot. I think it lends itself very well to folk magic, carnival. So I'm not going to read I just wanted to give you a little view of what this thing looks like, this deck looks like, in case you're considering it. And I thought maybe it would be, oh my God, sorry guys. You know what the production values are when I do videos, huh? So here we go. No editing. Oh my God, isn't she beautiful? All right. I love the objects that she chose. So there's feast days like Quinquatria. We have Fortuna. Knit slippers, I think. I think those, just these, like conjure memories for a lot of us. Now, what I love is the imagery is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Just I love it. I love it. I love it. Pastina. The guidebook surprised me. And when I'm done with the flip through, oh my gosh, yeah. Sorry guys. If you need to see something closer, like, or if you need more time to look at a card, please by all means feel welcome to pause. The guidebook is really, really, I don't know. There's an extra touch to the guidebook that I really appreciate. And there's all these cultural nods, right? Like canotiera, like, you know, undershirt. Nonna slippers, right? All these cultural aperitivo, which I'm actually enjoying right now as I do this. So no, not all the saints that you may have a relationship with will be in this deck. Certainly not all my saints, or they're not all saints that I have a relationship with either. But also, I found that for me, it was a good opportunity to perhaps get to know some new spirits. And there's some, there's plants and saints and concepts. Cantina. Cantina is for Italian immigrants in the diaspora. Cantina was integral to have the cold room where we kept all the stuff, like the tomatoes, the jars of tomatoes that we, were made at the end of the summer. Balcony. Where I'm from, there was a big culture of, my God, I'm sorry guys, this is terrible. There was a big culture of just sitting outside and watching the world go by and, make commentary on the world that was going by. And this card really, for me, in my last video when I was talking about listening, being a kid and listening to the nonni telling their stories, this actually, and they were telling their stories. They would gossip. It was their chief form of entertainment. Sunday sauce. For some people, it's gravy. Let's all just agree to be okay with whatever we call it, wherever we're from. How I use these. I just got this deck last week, right? So how I've been using them is that I will draw one of these cards and then I will explore the theme presented by the card with my tarot. And what I appreciate, and Befana, what I also appreciate is, take for instance Mercury, right? We have a phone, we have, you know, some electronics as well as with letters and stuff like that, where it does bridge that whole old world, new world kind of thing, just very elegantly. There we go, in Feralia and Befana. So we're going to look through, so I'm going to draw a card. So I don't know if you want to do that whole where you're thinking about something, or you're, you know, for a message for us or whatever. And I'm just going to draw a card and read from the guidebook to give you an idea of how the guidebook reads. I think it's lovely. But here we are. So yeah, so you see, I'm not going to riffle shuffle these guys. I would like them to last for a little bit. And so this is how I would handle a deck I can't riffle shuffle. Mind you, if I'm doing, like, you know, cartomancy, the playing card deck has to riffle shuffle. If I'm reading tarot, I would really prefer a tarot deck that shuffles. But for an oracle deck, and what I like to do is I just kind of run my fingers, over hands. Run my hand over the cards and wait for a little buzzing sensation in my fingertips. So let's see if there's a message for us today. What our ancestors. Oh, and look at that, it's Saint Lucy. So Santa Lucia, Saint Lucy. So that's interesting because it's about, you know, Saint Lucy is about, you know, seeing clearly. So I'm gonna be looking in this. So look how this is lovely. Okay, this is something that I really appreciate, is when the guidebook, I can look up I Santi, the saints. I can look up Santa Lucia and page 37. So let's go to page 37. And Santa Lucia, perception, blindfolded, and light. Santa Lucia symbolizes perception, clarity, and inner light, often depicted with a blindfold to represent her spiritual sight beyond the physical world. As the patron saint of the blind, she embodies the idea that true vision comes from within, guiding others to see with the heart and soul. Her story invites you to trust your own intuition and the light that resides in you, reminding you that sometimes it is through darkness that we discover the brightest truths. Look beyond the surface. So that's our message for today from the Tarocco, or Tarocchi, Italo-Canadese. And I just wanted to post a little flip through so you could see what this entails. This for me, I think is definitely one of my favorite decks that I got in 2025. I purchased this with my own money, so that you know, because I think it's important to disclose that I purchased this with my own monies, and I use it a lot since I got it. I think it's a week that I've had it, and I use it a lot. And I don't know, do we want to do something with tarot? Why not? Let's do something with tarot. So how would I explore this even more? So what is it that Saint Lucy is urging or suggesting or recommending that we trust our own eyes, especially in this current, it is now 2026. It is February 1st when I'm recording this, and with all the information that we are bombarded with on the daily, I think it is really important for us to trust our own vision, not what people are showing us, not what the algorithm is showing us, but to seek the truth and to see clearly. So these are the tarot cards I pulled for this, right? And the first thing I thought when I pulled the Six of Wands and the Four of Cups is perhaps to be facing forward. In other words, look for yourself, research for yourself. What is truth? What is the real information? And knowing, of course, that we live in an age where the algorithm is feeding us what it wants us to see, or whatever the driving force is wants us to see, and that we are not limited to what is given to us to see, or the information that is handed to us, that we need to seek the information ourselves. And by seeking the information ourselves, we maintain our agency. And that is it for me for the Tarocco or Tarocchi Italo-Canadese. I think I need to explain why I use both terms. I was lucky enough to have the artist accidentally print the wrong box, which says Tarocco Italo-Canadese, and I love that. Let me explain that the word Tarocco in Italian can mean one tarot card, or it could also mean a dupe, a fake, a faux, a phony, like a fake, like a tarocco. For instance, either a dupe of a fragrance, a dupe of a designer handbag, right? And I love that I got the box that says Tarocco. I think going forward, the artist is going to be printing it up correctly with the word Tarocchi Italo-Canadese, which means Italo-Canadese tarot, or the Italian-Canadian tarot. I think this is lovely, and I will be posting the link to this artist/author's site in the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.